Hi friends, it's Courtney. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new here. Thanks for stopping by. Today I thought that I would flip through most of the planners that I used in 2023. I moved back into my ring planners and I can't flip through that because I've already like taken it apart and set it up for 2024. But these are like the bound books that I used. So I started the year in, oh, I have another one. Shoot, I totally forgot I had a Hobonichi. Let me see if I can find it somewhere. Hang on. Okay, I also had this one. So I started the year in my standard TN. I cut down the Hobonichi Cousin and my Hobonichi Weeks, and then I was using my standard for memory keeping, and I don't know where the other book is either. God, I am so unprepared. I'm so sorry. But I'll find it. Let me start with these. So this was my main planning system. And like I said, I cut down the A5 Cousin. You do lose like the column that's Sunday. So if you're going to do this, you have to split your Saturdays, which was fine for me because we tend to not have a lot going on the weekend. Just wanted to make sure you were in focus. So these are my monthlies, and my monthlies are basically functional. I always fill them in like as I go, as everything gets scheduled, and then I will go back and put like stickers or washi if I want to. And I think I used this up until July. It just got a little bit chunky and not comfortable to write on. So yeah, I have some stuff down, but I basically stopped using it at that point. And then here are my weeklies, pretty simple and functional, which is how I tend to like use my planners. There are some and then I started like realizing that I didn't need all of this space because I was still doing daily pages like in the back, and so I didn't want to like repeat a bunch of information. So these are like how the weeklies ended up looking. Some of them I really like, some of them not so much. I do like this one just because it looks really full, and I don't know, I like when my planner spread, like when it's all filled out. So and I mostly use, these are like a mix of like happy planner stickers. I got some little Korean, I think they're Korean diary stickers off of Amazon, and I use those. Like right here, I can see where I started using them. I really like this one too because it looks full, and yellow is my favorite color. So, yeah. Oh, this was the week that my dad died. I'm like, I was still using this. Why isn't? Yeah, my dad died on the 23rd, and my son had his last day of school the next day. And then that was like the week after. This was me trying to like get back into using my planner because I felt out of sorts. This was a sticker book from Walmart that I really liked. I like this one too. It's yellow. Didn't do much this week, I suppose. I don't know. I kind of like this spread because it has like the purple and yellow. I just think it's like an interesting color combination. This must have been like when I stopped using it. And then these are the dailies. So it took me a minute to kind of figure out like how I wanted to use them. I knew I wanted to split the day up because I just don't, because I was writing stuff in my weeklies, I didn't need to write a lot of stuff on my dailies. And I did get like okay with having like blank pages or pages that weren't really like filled out a lot. I think you kind of have to, unless you have a lot going on, which I did not. And then I think this is like February. I forgot I put the tabs down. So if I didn't do anything, I just wrote that I'd been lazy that day. I think this is kind of when I started journaling a little bit more in here. I started putting my goals and tasks on this like page that you get at the start of every month. This was, I figured out like what my ranking means to me when I'm reading books. I actually need to write this in my new planner, so let me mark that so I can come back to that page. Had book club this day, which we read Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. I highly recommend if you've never read it. And then, yeah, more journaling mixed with to-dos. I did like a little weekly review here. Started making notes on what I was reading here so that I could transfer it into my other... We had milkshakes for dinner that night. This was my son's 9th birthday. I tipped in like a like photo thing that I made on Canva. And this is going into April. I got new highlighters, so I swatched those. I do really like, oh, and then I started kind of doing this font and outlining it, which I really liked. I was in a reading slump, and I guess I finally read a book that I liked. This was Easter Sunday. I like the way this looks. These were like freebies in Papershire's Facebook group that you could download, and I just enlarged them and printed them on sticker paper. I don't know what was going on there, but I was having a tough time. I watched Criminal Minds Evolution. My son had a soccer game, and we had tacos after. Still doing like a weekly review in here. Was trying to figure out like what I wanted to do with my planner situation. Oh, my son and my husband went on their first camping trip, so I had like the night to myself. This is another collage I did in Canva starting May, which May 1st is our wedding anniversary. Things to do over the summer. I was trying the 75 soft. Had drinks with my neighbors in the cul-de-sac. That's always a good time. So yeah, some of these I'm flipping through because I haven't really like read what I've journaled about, so I'm hoping it's nothing like deeply personal. This was, they had like a little dance for, like in our district, the younger kids go to the early elementary schools, so it's like kindergarten, first and second grade, and at the end of the year for the second graders they throw like this little dance for them because they're moving on to like another school. And so this year, or that year, it was called the Royal Ball, and it was so cute. So I went with my son to that. Then it was Mother's Day. One of my daughter's birthdays. This was something I saw, I can't remember whose channel I saw it on, but it's 333. So 3 things in the last 24 hours that you're grateful for, 3 things that make today good, or 3 wins, excuse me, and 3 affirmations. And I think I started doing that for a while. Once again, that's the day my dad died. And these are kind of the next few days after. I think I went back and filled in some of these blank pages because I know I didn't pick this up for like a while. And this is just kind of like straight journaling about what I was feeling. Oh yeah, that I had my colonoscopy like the next week after my dad's burial. It was just, June was a rough month around here. I like how my writing looks here. And then I think this is sort of when I wasn't super using it, like I wasn't using anything. Then I kind of tried to get back into it in July, just like as purely a journal, I think. And I think I had like pre-decorated these pages, but yeah. And because I was doing something different for memory keeping, I just, everything was feeling like redundant. So that's sort of, I stopped using this in July. But I am glad that I have those memories from the beginning of the year. And then I moved into using a standard weekly. Okay. I had already put them away. Sorry about that. So then I moved into using my standard, and I was using a monthly and a vertical weekly, a vertical on 2-page weekly, and then using these 2 from the Travelers Company as my like memory keeping. I went back once I got these, and I think these two inserts are from Moterm, maybe. I don't know. I just got them on Amazon. I can't remember, but I will link them below. And then these are like the Travelers Company inserts. So once I got these, I did go back and like back fill the monthlies because I'm a monthly calendar girly. I need to have my months all together the entire year. I don't know why, I just do. So I just went back and filled them in. I didn't like decorate them or anything. I just needed to get the information down. And then this is like when I actually started using them. So the monthlies get a lot of use in my system because I write everything down as I'm making appointments. And then that was December. And because I think you might get 2 years worth in this book, I was using the rest of them because I knew, because I know me, that I was going to get a new planner in January, or start a new planner in January. I was using the rest of the months, like the extra months, for content planning. That part of the system just did not work. And then here are let's do these. So here's what the weekly look like. And I think I was tracking my steps for a while. This was the first week. I was just trying to figure out how I wanted to use them. This is like chaos, but this is really what the inside of my brain looks like. It's terrifying. So then I started kind of figuring it out a little bit. I don't know if I ever fully got the hang of using these, just because I don't know if I have a weekly with this much room and I can put this much information on. I don't feel like I need to have daily pages too, but I also like to have daily pages. Just because, I went to Florida that weekend and I was still like hadn't planned anything, and it took me like a day or two to kind of get back into regular life mode instead of vacation mode. And we went to Michigan for a few days at the lake. I love this spread. Yellow and flowers. What more could I ask for? Oh, this was the week of I turned 50 on August 30th, and we had a party at our house on the Saturday before my birthday. And it was like a pink themed party. So this week is lots of pink. We actually had, we have a pool in our backyard, and we had these, like blow up like floating flamingos that were lights to light up the pool at night. And then this was like the week of my birthday. I had lots of feelings about turning 50, so I didn't do much that week. This came unstapled. This is like into September. And then I think, yeah, this is October. I like the way this spread turned out. It's black and gray. I think there's a plan with me for this on my channel. And then, I don't know, why did I stop using this in October? What was I doing? I have no idea. Maybe I was just using my daily pages. What was I using? And then these are the two, like I cut down Stalogies to use as my daily pages because I like this paper a lot. So this is the June through August. More like collages. This was I think this is that was an SM Plans freebie that I tipped in. I tried to do goal planning here. That did not work. And then, yeah, we go straight to dailies. All these were like the 7 stages of grief that I wrote down. Yeah, and these are those little diary stickers. They're super cute. I don't know why I stopped using them. Already thinking about planner stuff in June. I knew like pre-sales were coming up. Like sketched out some ideas because I was thinking about getting some like custom inserts made. This is July. This spread I just printed out pictures from Canva and taped them in. A weekly review, more planner notes, started journaling. I really do like the, I never finished designing those, but I really do like splitting the page. And that is sort of, oh, that was like planning for my birthday. That idea I got from Sierra at SM Plans. Then I drew out a calendar to try meal planning, and here that did not last long. This was, I used to do this a few years ago when I was in like a B6, I think. I also did my health log in that as well. But this week I just didn't feel like drawing it out, so yeah. It's a good idea in theory. I don't know. I didn't set it up in advance, and if I have to do things like a week at a time, I just get lazy. I think this was like a brain dump and a little bit of journaling I tipped in. But yeah, I like splitting the pages because I can fill up the page, and I like when my pages look full. It was election day, a brain dump. My granddaughter started kindergarten on that day. My son started 3rd grade on that day. So more brain dump and party prep. So this must have been the week before my birthday. I was like super nervous about it. I was trying to decide if I was going to buy Hobonichis. I did not. This was notes from curriculum night at my son's school. September goals. So, oh, this was the day of my birthday because we had Indian food for dinner. Book ratings. Now we're into September. I made this in Canva and tipped it in. My grandson turned 1. This was when I was trying to plan out my planners. All the pre-sales were up and I was stressed. So I was trying to figure out like what I needed to track, what I like to track, and the best place to do all of that. This is like notes from writing. A thrifting list. And then I think I started journaling more. And then, yeah, I didn't have enough room. Oh, I was trying to figure out like layouts that I wanted to do. So that is my first book. And then this is the one I used up until the end of the year. So this is just scrapbook paper that I glued down. That's my granddaughter and my grandson. I already took the pictures out that I had in there. This is just vellum I printed from a paper pack on Etsy. More quotes, and then it's just the same. Like, when I find something that works, I will just keep doing it until it doesn't work anymore. Didn't fill out a weekly reflection. I was looking for recommendations for board games to get Rowan for Christmas. More planner stuff. This was a packing list for their camping trip. I did the same thing here. I don't know. I'll have to go back and see how well I did with figuring out what I was doing. I tipped in this as like a kind of weekly review. And I think this is when I went back to adding a weekly in my dailies, because I don't know why, if I'm being perfectly honest. I just will get the, was I using blue ink here? I was. I really like blue ink. So yeah, I was. I like the blue ink with the blue. I'll have to do that again. Yeah. So I guess that may have been why I stopped doing my weeklies in here, because I was just doing them in my Stalogy. Which I did read in November. I just did not come back and add my books. Oh, I started adding like daily affirmations, which I really, that was like part of my therapy homework, just because I have a very critical inner dialogue, and so I was trying to get out of the habit of that. I was kind of figuring out goals for the month. This is when I started thinking about the word of the year. I wanted to make lemon bread for Christmas. I did not. Oh, this is the week of Thanksgiving. Oh, this was the week. So did I even write it? I don't know. This was the day we got into that car accident. So, I don't know. So I think that's why it's kind of, I was in kind of a lot of pain, so I stopped doing anything for that week. My husband and son went to this arcade place with my in-laws, and he came home and he was like, "Mom, I brought you a sticker." And so he wanted me to stick it in my book. More weekly reflections. Holiday card list. Nope, didn't get done. That's okay. December was rough. And then we're into December. I decided to break out my watercolor. Oh, you can see my pajamas, sorry. And wish lists, weekly reviews, more to-dos. I think this is like the point where I was just like getting tired of this planner. but I did manage to journal a lot. Comparison doesn't live here anymore. I forget what day was that on? The 23rd? Tunde. I was doing a Peloton ride with Tunde, and she said that, and I wrote it down. And then this was the wrapping paper that we used this year. I got these brush pens for Christmas. I also got a record player, so I was making a list of records that I wanted to buy. I got some other highlighters. That was Christmas Day. I didn't go back and write anything. Maybe I will. And that's the last day. And so these are the two books that I used for memory keeping. I definitely fell off in the second half of the year, but I have the photos printed out. I was going to do gratitude in here, stopped that in April. And this was last Christmas. I really enjoyed doing this. I don't know, if I'm being perfectly honest, why I stopped, but I don't know. This was the Pinewood Derby, my son's Cub Scout troop. He made a garbage truck, and he got first place in design. We went tubing that weekend. My husband bought me flowers for for Valentine's Day. This was when I started watching Supernatural. I have not finished. I have the last season left, and I just haven't started watching it because I don't want the show to be over, which is ridiculous. My husband, this was President's Day, and I think my husband was off that day, so we took our grandson to Starbucks. My son found this like in a box when they were cleaning out the garage, and he thought it was hilarious. I think I was in the 10th grade there. My grandson and my granddaughter. My mom's group had a brunch, and that was like super fun because I hadn't seen some of those moms in a while. I mean, we were all like Facebook friends, but I hadn't seen them in person in a long time. It was pie day, so we got a pie. This was spring break and my son's 9th birthday. So we went to Legoland, had lunch. It was the first day of spring. This was a really good week, actually. Baseball opening day. I found this picture of me and my mom. I must have been about 10 here. And so I was just thinking about her. This week I didn't take any pictures, so it was Easter week. One of my daughters had actually it was her 30th birthday this year. Didn't take any pictures this week, so I just wrote little notes. It's so funny because here I'm like, oh, the weather's warming up. It finally feels like spring. And then the next week we were at our son's soccer game, like bundled up in winter coats and hats because it got cold again. But that is Ohio. Oh, that was when we had tacos after the game. We went to visit my dad at the nursing home that day. I took my grandson to visit my dad. I was wearing this outfit. I really liked it. I think this is like up on my TikTok. Oh, this was funny. So our son came home with this note in his backpack from a girl in his class who was like, you're my boyfriend now. I was like, what? She didn't even ask. She just told him. That was when I got my hair done that day and was feeling it. Once again, cold temperatures. This was our anniversary, our 13th anniversary. See, I started Supernatural in February, and by May, the second week in May, I had watched 13 seasons, which they're long. They're like 20 episode seasons. And then this was like the dance at my son's school. We went to a Reds game. My niece graduated from high school. Another daughter had a birthday. My peonies in the yard bloomed. It was like the Cub Scout advancement ceremony thing. And so this was his first year in Cub Scouts, and he moved up to a different den, is it? Yeah. Pack? I don't know. Last day of school. These are just pictures of my dad. June, Pride Month. One of my friends had her 50th birthday party on June. Well, her birthday's June 1st, and I wasn't going to go. My husband talked me into going, and we went. It was a really nice night, actually, and my dad's funeral was the next day. So that's just a picture of my mom and dad. This was at my first wedding, but it's a really good picture of them. So I got a book box sent to me, which was really nice. We buried my dad at the military cemetery, napped. My husband surprised me with we went to, Rowan must have been like at my in-laws, and I think before we went to pick him up, my husband's like, let's just go out to dinner somewhere nice, and so we did. It was really nice. My rainbow rug that I love. This is a picture of my grandson. That was really cute. This was, we had a lot going on this week. There's this kind of like dive. It's actually in a gas station, but it's called Terry's Ice Cream Bar. That's like an hour away from our house, and they have like these massive milkshakes. So Rowan got the donut one. So it's like a milkshake. It had 2 donuts and a scoop of like this giant heap of whipped cream on the top and like sprinkles. It was ridiculous. And then they also went camping that weekend. And then I had book club, and we read Shirley Jackson. Oh, it was a movie too. The Haunting of Hill House, maybe? I think that's what the name of the book was. I didn't even write down the name of the book, but I'm pretty sure that was it. And so for book club, like we try to do like a theme, the theme of whatever the book is. So there is this bar downtown called Ghost Bar. So we met there and had drinks and like discussed the book, and then we went on like a walking ghost tour of downtown, which was really fun. Not much going on that week. And then, so you get January through June in the first book, and then June, I told you I had pictures printed out. Then you get like July through December in the second book. So I did 4 days of gratitude. Wow. Nothing really happened this week that I took pictures of. This was when I went to Florida for a girls' weekend. One of my friends turned 50. So we went down there for that. I went to see Barbie with one of my daughters. That was fun. We had our pink Barbie drinks after the movie. It was the hottest July on record. And then, yeah, August started. This was when Elon Musk changed the name of Twitter to X. No one's gonna call it X, my guy. My husband and son went to like football training camp. This was our trip to Michigan, which was really fun. Beach pictures. Then we were back and it was time for school. Rowan started school. My granddaughter started school. We had tacos on a Thursday and my son said they're the best tacos I've ever made. I was writing a lot this week. Our neighbor built like a little free library, and so I took some books and dropped some books off. This was my party week. These are just like pictures. Oh, and my husband's birthday is 6 days before mine. So this was a little note about his birthday. Got my first pumpkin spice latte of the season. And then these are just like pictures from the party, me and like all of my OG friends. We have been friends since 4th grade. So we've been friends for 40 years, which sounds insane to say out loud. We had like a little specialty cocktail and like a little photo booth on the porch. And then that was like my actual birthday. I got books from a book group on Facebook, and that was super sweet. My grandson turned 1. There he is, petting our dog. I treated myself to a new fountain pen and started a new obsession. And then this is kind of where I stopped. This is like the week we took Rowan to see Michael Jackson the musical, and he has become my little musical theater nerd. So I have like pictures printed out. I did write things that happened. I just kind of ran out of steam around September. It was when I was in a car accident. Like, it was just, there was a lot going on. So that's that. These are all the photos that go in there. I just haven't gone back to do them. And I think, is that all? Oh, totally forgot about this. This is going to be a long video. So I got influenced to get into a pocket Moleskine, and I really fell in love with it, but stopped using it because I just had too much planner stuff going on. The monthlies are just unusable for me because I can't write this small. I can't even see that barely, so but I did like post in some trackers, and I did, when I got it, I don't remember when I got it, but I did kind of go back and put stuff in it. I'll just flip through it really quick. Not all of the pages have anything on them. I have learned to be okay with empty pages because that's how my real life is. Some days are big ol' nothing happens. But I did love having this little book. It's so cute, and I really like the paper. I know lots of people don't. I do. Series that I want to watch. So it was more like using stickers that I knew I would never use like in my actual planner, because I don't always use a lot of stickers. But look at how cute this is. It makes me want another one, which I absolutely do not need. I was apparently sick. Oh yeah, I had to go to urgent care. I actually had a upper respiratory infection. So that was a good time. Said no one ever. Oh man, this is so cute. I might need one of these. Oh, you know what? This is when I was like, I wrote out the, I was trying to write my dad's eulogy, and I started writing snippets of it in here. Ugh, the day of my colonoscopy. I don't know when I started not using this. Amazon Prime Day. I can't remember if we ordered stuff on Prime Day or not. Girls Trip weekend. Oh, this was sweet. We got new neighbors like down at the end of our street, and they have a little baby, and they invited the whole street to her first birthday party. It was so nice. That was when I went to see Barbie. And then, yeah, I went to Michigan. Oh, that was when I ordered the dress for my birthday party. And lots of unused pages. And I think I tried to use this as like a journal. And it just didn't work. My husband had the flu. And yeah, it just didn't work for me. So I really stopped using it in September. Ooh, this is so cute though. Okay, and the last thing that I use, which was one of the things I started last year out with, was a Hobonichi Weeks. I got the plaid one. And I think I stopped using this like relatively early. It's again, like everything's on my monthlies in all the planners. But it's funny, I stopped using this, and then towards the end of the year, I got it back out and started using it again. So, I don't know. I mean, it proves to me that like I cannot maintain a lot of planners at one time. I don't have that much going on in my life. I don't have a job outside of the house. My son is in school he's in 3rd grade now, so it's not like I have a lot of like meetups and things that I'm doing with him during the day anymore. So yeah, how many places do I need to write down that I'm like doing laundry and making the grocery list? So then I was going to use it as like a health tracker. And that lasted like a week. But then there are times when I would just grab it because it was small and compact and it was what I needed. Once again, I tried to use it as a health tracker unsuccessfully. This is more stuff about planner. I went back and like made notes on empty pages. But you can see November I picked it up, started using it again. And then my notes pages, I didn't really use them at all. Just like randomly I would jot stuff down if I needed the space. I did put trackers in here when I was going to use it all year. And yeah, you can see where I stopped. Stopped doing anything. So those are all of the things from 2023. It was a very chaotic planner year. It was a very chaotic year in general. So I am really happy that I do have a lot of it captured in like bound books that I can keep and look back on. So yeah, that's what happened last year. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you made it through the whole video, I really appreciate you. Don't forget to click the subscribe button down below and turn on your notifications. And I will see you in my next one. Bye!